You're right there, YouTube. It is Crackoon again, bringing you another gameplay commentary, man. Bringing you something a lot different today. You know, I had a COD upload just beforehand, in which I uploaded the vid, and it was towards the second stage of the MCC Commentator Challenge. So if you've not already checked that out, go check that out as well. But like I said, man, I'm going to be swapping up my channel a little bit recently to come, and if you have a look at this, man, this is actually a new game come out called Bodycount, right? My believing or my understanding is that this game is developed by the same people who did the 2006 title called Black, and I never played Black, to be honest, but as you can see here, I'm kind of scrubbing out, being a little bit of a noob and everything like that. I'm not 100% sure what gun I'm using. I think it might be, it says there, the MP7, so I don't know whether I know it's an upgrade of the MP5 or whatever like that, but essentially this is going to be just kind of a little kind of review. It's about an 8-minute video. I was going to edit it down and everything, but I decided against it because I'm probably going to have quite a lot to talk about within the video, and you can see the raw gameplay footage and everything like that. So that being said, right, I'll get down into it. I've played this game a little bit today, and I don't know, I've been playing around with it, and just as you saw there, as that war got blown up, the environments are obviously destructible. Here I do this by accident, but moving on anyway, right. Essentially this game's come out and it's relatively new, and what it's offering to me, what I'm seeing at the moment, is a mix between Battlefield and the whole kind of mechanic of Battlefield, as well as Halo, as in you kind of like futuristic men and the whole kind of futuristic scheme and everything like that. And this is a deathmatch or a free-for-all, if you want to say like that, and it was like one of my very first free-for-alls that I've played, and the fact of the matter is I'm really kind of enjoying this game to begin with, and getting to grips with a game, as you usually do when you get a new game. You're seeing what the game's all about, feeling the flow of the game and everything like that. But for some people it may not be their cup of tea, but I see myself as a pretty versatile gamer, being able to perform in a variety of different first-person shooters, or generally speaking in first-person terms, because this is obviously a first-person shooting game. But going down to it, I'll break it down for you in little statistics and everything like that. The fluidity of the game is pretty decent. Once you get to grips with it, it may take a little while to adjust over and stuff like that. But as you see there, as I did this little wavy dodge move, and essentially the aiming's a little bit different, and this is what I know from Black as well, because this was because it's obviously like the mimic of the developers and whatever. From Black, they had it as in you couldn't aim down your sights, but you just had a constant reticle that you could constantly be able to shoot directly at it from where this little dot was. And what they've done in this, they've kind of gone a little bit more in depth. They've kind of built in this mechanic, as in you've got you can use cover to your advantage, and essentially what you can do, you can go up behind cover, aim down your sight, and you'll be able to do a little kind of, I like to call it the wobble move. And you can either wobble out around the corner, wobble the opposite way around the corner, and generally use that to your advantage. You don't fully aim down the sights, it still kind of gives you the third person perspective or whatever like that, but obviously firing from the hip does still perform under pressure like that, and gives you the mobility and still being able to move and run and gun, you could say. And as you see here, you might notice these little kind of lamppost kind of situations, or like one of them little furnace outdoor heaters or something like that. I'm heading back up this way now, and if you have a look right in front of me now, where I've just passed it to my left hand side, and there's another one directly there in front of me which I've just passed as well. Essentially what these are weapon pickup points, and what you've got to do is you've got to collect intel to gain access to be able to use these weapon pickup points and essentially pick up new weapons, and you go back to there to resupply your weapons. And I really like this concept about it. You see it's like got some smoke around it and everything like that. I really like this concept about it, so I might bring some more gameplay footage with different weapons once I can unlock them or whatever like that. But I thought I'd just kind of get you this first kind of initial review out there onto my channel. And essentially for multiplayer, as multiplayer goes, it's a bit well, I won't call it bleak. I was gonna say bleak, but it's a bit more off the time zones at the moment, you could understand like that. I'm assuming there'll be a lot of people on during different time zones and everything like that, but obviously this being a new game, there's only 3 people in this lobby out of a possible 16, so I don't know whether or not somewhere down the line he may have to work on patching the servers or something like that, or patching the matchmaking, because I'm not really seeing a lot of problems with it. But generally speaking, within actually finding players that are online and compatible to have an online match with, that's seeming to be a little bit of the problem at the moment. But as I said, I'm going to have to persist on, and I'll eventually definitely get some games with full people. It's not as if the people aren't on there playing though either. It's just like you've got to, the system is you've got to have everybody readied up, so you can't just have like the majority readied up and then the game starts. You got to have everybody readied up, and then obviously sometimes you get the variables of people away from the Xbox. You could be waiting quite a while, so that's kind of a little hindrance to it, as I can see within within multiplayer mode or whatever you say like that. But right here towards the end, you'll see I go on an absolute little tear, absolutely ripping it apart. And as I said before, all the environments are destructible, so you can actually you unlock weapons by collecting these little green thingies that are flying towards me now, I think. And they give you like a little kill streak thing, and I'm not 100% sure about the kill streaks scheme system or whatever you want to say like that. I know you've got like a UAV jammer on the right, no, on the left of the thumbstick, right? On the right hand side, I'm pretty sure you get like increased bullet damage against a particular kind of like enemy or something like that. And then the one at the very top is the syringe, which can give you like superhuman strength to take more damage or whatever you want to say like that. It gives you kind of like a cloaking shield. And then the final one at the very bottom of the D-pad is the airstrike, which is appearing to be the only lethal kill streak. So in a way, the game does bring some concepts of getting rewarded for getting kill streaks and whatever you want to say like that. And here you see I'm kind of practicing with the little wobble move like that, and it does take a while to get used to, and you may have to work on it a little bit. But I'm not saying it's hard, because I kind of picked it up within like the first couple of games of it. And you see I'm doing the little dip move here, and the thing is you can like wobble in and out of cover, but because your bullet spread will be keep on constantly moving, you usually guarantee the kill. And as far as the hit detection goes and everything like that, the hit detection does seem relatively good. It's not as if it doesn't respond or anything like that. But the only discrepancy that I do have at the moment is the controller scheme. You obviously can't remap all the buttons because that would be a little bit silly, but for the most part, as you see here, I do the little wobble move again, and I've got to kill one player to win the free-for-all. So the match only goes up to 15 kills in a free-for-all no matter what. But the timer would be 10 minutes, but obviously if there was more people, then it would be longer. So I'm considering this gameplay and the outcome of this gameplay to be a relatively good gameplay, if I'm being honest, because it only goes up to 15 kills, and then I only got 5 deaths in the end of it. So anyway, that's the end of the commentary. It was pretty long, a little initial review, but anyway, peace.